Welcome everyone to the Premium Ranks YouTube channel. Today's video marks the beginning, so please don't judge the quality because we're still testing out software. If you like where we're going, please hit the like and subscribe button because these videos are only going to get better with time. All our rankings will follow a strict criteria. For the MMA 2020 Fighter of the Year, we will prioritize their record, the ranks and title defenses, and finishes for bonus points. Kicking us off at number 10 is the Boston finisher Calvin Kattar. After a disappointing loss to Zabit to end his 2019 campaign, the Massachusetts native bounced back in 2020 with a second round TKO of Jeremy Stephens and then absolutely dominating Dan Ige for the course of 5 rounds. Booked for his first event of 2020 versus former featherweight champ and all-time great Max Holloway, Calvin's poised for a potential title fight at the end of the year if he can take that W. In at number 9, we have Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira. Since suffering a TKO loss to Paul Felder at the end of 2017, Do Bronx has reeled off 8 straight victories, with 7 of those being finished. 2 of the most impressive wins of the streak came in 2020 with a submission victory over Kevin Lee in the last event before the pandemic, and most recently dominating Tony Ferguson across 15 minutes in the UFC's last pay-per-view event of the year. Currently ranked 4th in the UFC's lightweight division, we can expect Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira in a marquee matchup sometime early this spring. Number 8 could have easily been number 1 if COVID-19 didn't stop the train in its tracks, but Gilbert Burns does have a date set with the UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman for February, so I'm sure he's not complaining. Durinho came into 2020 ranked number 13, but a TKO over the former title challenger Damian Maia started to open the UFC's eyes. COVID would strike and deny Leon Edwards the opportunity to fight former longtime champ Tyron Woodley, leaving the door open for Burns to slide in. Durinho dominated the fight over 5 rounds to become the number 1 contender. Had the championship fight materialized in November, Gilbert Burns would have easily been ranked higher, win or loss. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but we are looking forward to February. Coming in at number 7 is the Premium Ranks 2019 Fighter of the Year, the last stylebender Israel Adesanya. Going 2-0 in 2020 with the decision win over Yoel Romero and absolutely dogging Paulo Costa, stylebender has improved to 9-0 in the UFC and 20-0 as a professional. Undeniably the UFC's top draw outside of Conor McGregor and Khabib, the greatest striker to step foot in the octagon, has already set the bar high for 2021, moving up 20 pounds to fight for the light heavyweight title. If Izzy can pull off the win against Jan Blachowicz to make him a 2-division champ, he has put himself in prime position to become the first ever 3-division champion inside the UFC. In at number 6, we have the Italian Dream, Marvin Vettori. Since his split decision loss to Israel Adesanya back in April 2018, the Italian Dream has strung together 4 impressive wins. Now, with only 2 of those wins coming in 2020, Marvin Vettori made weight 3 times and was booked for 4 fights. Originally scheduled to fight Carl Robertson in May, Robertson withdrew from the fight due to complications of a difficult weight cut. The Dream would eventually get his hands on Robertson in June and choke him out in the first round after missing weight again. Vettori had to sit most of 2020 on the sideline because nobody wanted that smoke. Credit Jacare for eventually agreeing to a fight in December that the UFC would eventually scrap, and Marvin Vettori would fill in against the number 4th ranked Jack Hermanson a week earlier. Opening up the top 5 is the UFC 2020 Rookie of the Year, Khamzat Chimaev. The Russian-born Swede bursted onto the UFC scene this past July, setting a UFC record of 2 fights in 10 days. After destroying perennial punching bag John Phillips, he asked the boss if he could stick around for another fight. Given the craziness of the pandemic, Dana loved the idea and decided to book him in 10 days later, against Cage Rage standout Rice McKee. Chimaev would make quick work of him as well, bringing his strike count total to 191 landed punches and only 2 absorbed. In at number 4, we have the assassin baby Brandon Moreno. Going 2-0-1 in 2020 with his draw coming against the flyweight champion and a potential Fight of the Year candidate, Brandon Moreno has without a doubt solidified himself as a world-class fighter. Having Dana, the champ, and Brandon himself already openly state that a rematch is a must in 2021, I think it's safe for us to all get geared up for this next fight. Coming in at number 3 is the newly crowned UFC light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz. Not very many fighters have the best year of their career at 37, but the Polish Hammer, it was just that. Going 2-0 in 2020 with 2 devastating second round knockouts to become the undisputed 205 champion and the first male Polish champion. Jan's first title defense will come early 2021 against the UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya in what should be one of the biggest fights of the year. '20's Fighter of the Year runner-up goes to one and only the Trailblazer Kevin Holland. If you didn't know his name coming into 2020, you definitely know it going out. Reeling off 5 impressive wins in 2020, with the most recent being the most impressive, knocking out Jacare Souza literally off his ass. Originally booked to take on Jack the Joker, the California native was forced out of that fight due to a case of COVID-19, which opened the door for Marvin Vettori. But make no mistake, moving forward, Kevin Holland will be fighting a top 10 opponent, and I'm excited to see what this can do in 2021. Before we get to number 1, here's our honorable mention. I don't know his name, pretty sure it's Merab Dvalishvili. And finally, in at number 1, was there ever any doubt? The 2020 premium ranked fighter of the year goes to Deiveson Figueiredo. The undisputed king of the flyweights was booked for 100 minutes inside the octagon in 2020, going 3-0-1 respectively, headlining 2 pay-per-views and 2 fight nights. Fig has already become the star the UFC and the division have always lacked. Showcasing his ferocious power in 2 devastating knockouts of one of the division greats, Joseph Benavidez, he also choked out Alex Perez in less than 2 minutes for his first title defense. Fig topped it all off with the fastest championship turnaround in UFC history, saving the December pay-per-view, defending his title 21 days later, and a potential Fight of the Year candidate. More than enough to overshadow the weight cut incident to start off the year, it's safe to say without a doubt, Deiveson Figueiredo was the fighter of 2020. And can't wait to see him in 2021. The rematch, 135 pounds, potentially a showdown with... If you managed to make it through the whole video, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more top 10s. Please comment your thoughts. Like I said, we will respond to all comments, and we will see you next time.